All right, welcome back to the night class. We are going over your practice 2 chapter test, practice test. So we're going to go real quick so the video is not too long. Solve the system of equations by graphing. So I need to solve both of these for what? Y. So this one would be y equals x. And this one's going to be y equals, if I moved, -4. I'm just going to switch the y and the x. I just moved the y over here and moved the x over there. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right? And then you graph it. So what's my y-intercept on the first one? 0. Slope is 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Or down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1.
It's negative x.
Is it negative? Oh, shoot. It is negative x. You are exactly right. So I'm going the wrong direction. Down 1, right 1. There we go. Up 1, left 1. Yes. This one, where do I start at? -5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, -5. The slope is 4, up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. I can see right there where they cross. Don't forget, you're not just graphing it. You have to tell me where they intersect. Where are they intersecting at?
1, -1.
1, -1.
That's all we do.
That's all you do.
Did you say this is like a
The review is like your test. This is not. The test is going to look like your review.
But this is on.
But all of this stuff is on the test. Yeah. All right, everybody good? 1. Number 2. Solve the systems of equations algebraically. So I'm going to multiply this top one by 7. So that will give me 42x minus 7y equals -53, and 9x plus 7y.
Whoa.
That's not right. Thank you. Sorry about that. Negative what? 7 times 53?
371.
371. No wonder I couldn't do that in my head. Equals -37. I'm going to need y'all again. I know 42 plus 9 is 51x. I know that cancels, but what is -408? Thank you. And then we're going to divide that by 51. -8. That's half of my answer. I take that, plug it in, and get y. So I'm going to plug it into the first one. It's fine. 6 times -8 minus y equals -53. That would be -48 minus y equals -53. You add 48 to both sides, you get 5, -5. So y equals +5. So your answer is -8 and 5.
I can do that pretty good.
Okay? Everybody good on that? Awesome. All right. 3. Same process. We're going to multiply
Top by -3.
-3 this time. I'm not going to mess up this time. So that's going to be -24x minus 3y equals -153. And then we got 7x plus 3y equals 34.
Hold on.
So that's -17x. The y's cancel. Equals -119. All right, I'll take your word for it. And divide that by -17 for me. I assume we get 7?
Yes.
7?
Yeah.
All right. So I know this is 7. Now I get my y, plug in. Again, I'm going to plug it into the top one here. 8 times 7 plus y equals 51. 8 times 7, last time I checked, was 56. So if you subtract 56 from both sides, you get -5. So 7, -5.
Under 119, you put 117.
Thank you.
Ah, you messed up.
I did. And I said I wasn't, but
You do this all.
I guess I am human. All right. Everybody good there? Awesome. Numero 40. Is that not right? I'm going to erase the answers. You will not have the answers on the test. So,
Why not?
because I said.
Well, it's B or D.
So, here we go. Which variable is easiest to get rid of? X. Definitely the X. So, I'm going to do this top one. Got him. All right. This top one, I'm going to multiply it by, not top one, the middle one, excuse me, the second one.
2.
So we're going to have -2x plus 3y plus z equals 12,
2y,
and 2x.
that would be 8y.
What? We just like copy.
I just rewrote the top one. So 2 minus 8y minus 4z equals -12. Run out of ink. All right. That cancels.
Z's canceled.
-5y. That's -3z equals 0. All right. So we went from 3 equations with 3 variables. So now we have 1 equation with 2 variables. We need 1 more equation with 2 variables. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the middle one and the bottom one this time. So I need to multiply by -3 this time. I just screwed that all up. There we go.
So do the second one first.
Second one and third one, yes. Second one times -3. So I'm just going to move it right here below it. So -3x plus 12y plus 6z equals +18. Add those up. The x's cancel. 19y minus 6z equals 156 plus 18 would be 174, I believe is correct. All right. So now we have 2 equations with 2 variables. Which variable is the easiest to get rid of those? The z. So this one's -6. This one's whoa, hello. I thought I could point at it, but I don't guess I can. This one right here is -6z. So I need a what z over here? A +6z. So I'm going to multiply everything over here by -2 and move it below here. So this would be 10y plus 6z equals 0.
Although I'm so rude.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look.
What is 19 plus 10?
29.
29y. The z's cancel. 174 divided by 29. Is that 6?
Should be.
I don't like it should be. I like it is. I'll have the little computers right there in front of you. It is 6? Beautiful. So y is 6. And then we just work backwards from all our work. I have room under this one. So this is the one I'm going to use to find z. That's literally the only reason I'm using this equation, because I have room. So -5 times 6 minus 3z equals 0. That's -30. So if you add that over, you get -3z equals +30. And divide by -3. Z is -10. And then you take both of them and plug it in to get, what are we missing? X. So I'm going to use the middle one because it's already just X. So X minus 4 times Y is 6. Minus 2 times Z, which is -10, equals -6. So -24 and 20 is -4, right?
Yeah.
So add 4, positive, or negative 2. Negative 2. So my answer is negative 2, 6, and negative 10. Again, do I mind if you check it using your matrices in your calculator? Not at all. Just be careful. Make sure you put them in correctly. Okay? Everybody good on number 4? 2, 3, and 4. Okay, well, y'all said I did, so I did. I'm going to do all of them. You remember that? Remember that conversation? All right. We're going to try. I tell you what I don't finish, I'll finish second block. How about that? Okay. It'll be up tonight, the whole thing, if we don't finish. So don't freak out if we don't. All right. Number 5. Some easy stuff. Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's an A minus.
You're just subtracting these two, so I'm going to put a minus there just to save room. Again, the way I like to do it, I like to change that minus to a what? A plus, but then I have to change all the signs. That's fine if you don't. That's all right. So my answer, and then they have to be the same size. They're both 3 by 3, so we can add or subtract them. So what is 8 minus 2? 6. 1 and positive 1 make 2. Negative 2 and positive 2 make 0. So there's my top row. Middle row, you got negative 6 and negative 6 is negative 12. Negative 1 and negative 5 is negative 6. And 9 and 7 is 16. Bottom row, negative 8 and 3 are negative 5. Negative 5 and 4 is negative 1. And 7 and negative 1 is 6.
Now add.
For number 6, we are adding. So we are doing basically the same thing, but adding. Okay? 8 and negative 1 make 7. 2 and negative 2 make 0. Negative 6 and 8 make 2. Negative 8 and negative 8 is negative 16. They're both negative.
Oh, what?
Negative 8 and negative 8.
Oh, they were both?
They were. 3 and negative 5 make negative 2. And negative 2 and negative 6 make negative 8. Last but not least, negative 7 and 3 would be negative 4. 7 and 9 is 16. And negative 5 and negative 7 is negative 12.
We didn't have to move 5 and 6.
I know. Everybody good on 5 and 6? Everybody good? All right. 7. This one we're going to have a little work to do, okay? We're multiplying. First, make sure you can multiply them, okay? This is a 1, 2 row by 1, 2, 3 columns. This is 1, 1, 2, 3 rows by 1, 2 columns. So can we multiply them? Yes. These numbers are the same. My answer will be a 2 by 2 matrix. So.
I thought it was 3 by 3. I thought it was
No.
inside.
The outside tells you how big your answer is going to be.
Oh.
Okay? So we're going to have, again, we're doing row by column. Okay? So 0 times 1 plus 4 times 0 plus 1 times negative 2. I'm going to need some. I need more room. Yep. All right. Then we move it over to the, oops, I did. I just want that. Okay. Whoa. What?
Did you scroll the whole screen?
Did I scroll it now? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Top row times the second column will be 0 times 6 plus 4 times, was that a 1?
Yep.
1, thank you, plus 1 times negative 1. And then we do second row times first column. Those are driving me nuts. I gotta get rid of these.
I need Tara Carter to come to the front office.
Okay. All right. So 1 times 1 plus negative 1 times 0 plus 0 times negative 2. Ooh, I like that one. Then you do the bottom row times the second column. 1 times 6 plus negative 1 times 1 plus 0 times negative 1. And then you just simplify all that. So those cancel. You got negative 2. Over here, this cancels, and we got 4 minus 1 is 3. Here, cancels. We're left with 1. And here, this one cancels, and we've got 6 minus 1 is 5. Ta-da, yes.
So then on the first row that you did,
Yes.
you're doing the first row.
This whole
that
row
one,
times that whole column. And I'm adding in
and
between.
that's just for the first.
That's just for this right here.
Okay, and then you do the top row times or whatever.
The second one,
Yeah,
that's all that right there.
and you add them.
hmm And then the bottom row and the first column's here, and the bottom row and the second column's here. Okay? Everybody good? All right. Moving on. Hey, we're doing good. 8. They want us to translate this, write 7 and what? Up 4. So on the top row, we're just going to put what? It's to the right. Positive 7. If it was to the left, we'd put negative. And 4 up is also what? It's also positive. Had it said down, we would have put negative. And now we just add those two matrices. So negative 2 and 7 is 5. 6 and 7 is 13. 6 and 7 again is 13. 7 and 4 is 11. 3 and 4 is 7. And negative 5 and 4 is negative 1. Okay? And make sure you tell me D prime, E prime, F prime, or whatever letters you're using. Yeah. Okay, make sure you tell me which is which.
Don't you know that?
No. You would think.
Do we have to write out the 7, 4 matrix?
Yeah, do we have to do that?
No.
Now this is where it sucks.
Do we have to do our work on
Actually doesn't
every
at all.
single one of these in this test?
Yes. There's only 13 of them.
You have to write it in
All right. Reflecting over the x-axis. Anybody happen to know the matrix? Remember, it's going to be provided.
1, 0, 0, negative 1.
Very good. It is 1, 0, 0, negative 1. I'm going to multiply that by my matrix that I make.
Let's not. Let's just change the bottom to negative.
And all we do
Change the bottom to negative.
is change all the signs on where?
Bottom.
The bottom row. Negative 3, 6, 6, negative 8, negative 3, positive 4. And that is
so the Y.
G prime,
negative on the top.
H prime, and I prime. Say again?
So on Y axis, it would be negative on the top.
Yes.
And we just change it.
Correct. And
then-
again, all that will be provided to you.
and then
Like, you're not going to have to memorize that.
But we do that on that too, like when we get our answer.
Yeah, if that had been negative 1, I would have changed the top. The top row.
What's the Y equals X?
I switch them. The bottom row becomes the top row, and the top row becomes the bottom row. Think about what we learned today about
Y
symmetry.
equals negative X,
right?
flip it,
When we were
change
checking
it.
the y equals x, what did we do with the a and the b? We swapped them, right? That's the same thing you do. So it's all work working together.
So the y equals negative x, would you switch them and change both the signs?
Yep.
Both bottom and top?
But you don't. I think you just changed it both sides. I don't think you switched them.
I'm gonna forget what way to do it.
It'll be on there. No problem. Yeah.
Change both sides.
180.
I
Change both
need
sides.
Tara
Just change
Carter
both
to
sides.
come
That's
to
the one you
front
changed both sides.
office.
Yeah, because we
Tara
didn't.
Carter, please come to Mr. G's
Yeah,
office.
we're not reflecting it. That wasn't one of the choices. If it was one of the choices, we would flip it and change the sign, but that wasn't one of the choices we did. Reflections, remember, we only did the y equals x line, the x-axis, and the y-axis. That's the only three we did. So that's why you confused me there. But yeah, if we did do that one, you would flip them and change the sign. Yep, that's exactly right.
X is bottom sign, y is top. Y equals x is flip.
All right, this one we're rotating 180. So what was my little matrix? What was my little matrix for rotating 180?
That'll be good.
It will be.
Easy one, ain't it?
Yes.
Yes, you will be provided with this. Okay,
I
you'll
don't
just,
know how to use it.
well, you see that number? You see that?
That's X.
It's what?
Top.
That's telling you to do what to this row.
Change it up.
Change it to negative. But sometimes you still gotta flip it.
Now,
When the ones are, when it looks like this,
that's y equals negative.
now you flip it and change the signs or whatever if you want. See what I'm saying? Okay?
So the bottom one is the first number, like one.
So now I just change the sign of the letter.
Yep. Again, that would be M prime, N prime, and P.
Oh, we do that right.
So the bottom
Yes.
number on the first column is negative one. That's the only.
If these ones, if it doesn't say 1001, if it is 0110, it has been flipped.
You can always graph the points and then see where it takes you and what.
Or you can always multiply the long way.
Oh, you can just plug it in and check it. Yeah.
All right, 11. What are we finding here? The determinant. Okay, again, they give you options. You won't have options. Sorry. So, we're going to have. Thought I changed it. All right. So, we're going to have negative 14 times a matrix. What do I do to the middle one? Change the sign. So, plus 3 matrix and then minus 29 matrix. Okay. Negative 14. Cover that one up and that one up. Okay. You're left with 1, 5, 2, 17. For the 3, I'm going to cover up the middle column and the top row. So I got 5, 5, 8, 17. And then I do the same thing. Goodness. There we go. Same thing for the last column. You're left with 5, 1, 8, and 2. So we'll have negative 14 times something plus 3 times something minus 29 times something. Let's figure out what the somethings are. Okay. So this is a 2 by 2 now. And we do 1 times 17 is 17 minus 5 times 2 is 10. So what's 17 minus 10? 7. Okay. Here, 5 times 17 is 85. Thank you. Minus 40. 45. And then 5 times 2, 10. Minus 1 times 8 is 8. 2. And from there, you just put all that in your calculator, okay? And you get B, which was negative 21, yes. All right. Very good.
And that's just finding the value.
That's just finding the determinant. We got 10 minutes. We're good. We're on pace. All right. 12. We're finding the inverse. Inverse is what you would multiply this by to get the identity matrix, which is 1. 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay? So it's the one where you do 1 over the determinant, and then this is the one of the few things you have to memorize on the test. You do what with these two? You swap them, and then you switch the signs of the other two. So that's positive 3 and 7. Okay? Now, you only have to do all that if your determinant is not 0. If your determinant is 0, you're going to put does not exist. It does not have an inverse if the determinant is 0. Okay? This one does not have a 0 determinant, so we're good because I can just look at it and tell. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 minus negative 3 times negative 7 is 21. So negative 23. So I'm going to erase that determinant right there and put negative 23. And you can leave your answer like that, or you can put it in one more step. That would be positive 1 over 23, negative 3 over 23, negative 7 over 23, and negative 2 over 23. The only reason I would expect you to put it like that is if you want to check it in your calculator. Okay, your calculator is going to give it to you like that. It's not going to write it like that for you. Everybody good? I will take either answer. All right. And last but not least, 13. We are going to make a matrix equation. This is the only one where you really don't have any work to show except setting up your problem. Every time. All right. So I make my matrix. It's funny. It's kind of funny.
Why we gotta do it like that?
So 4, 3, 7, negative 6.
X and Y.
X, Y equals 13 and 34. So this is my, again, I'm just telling you this. You don't have to know this for the test, but you might need to know it in the future. This is the coefficient matrix, the variable matrix, and the constant matrix, okay? And all you do to get your answer is you plug in your calculator 4, 3, 7, negative 6, the inverse of it, and it has to come first, okay? All right? Times 13, 34. All right? If you want to know how to put it in, I'll put it in here. Oh, wow. Got all that clear. All right, so I'm going to hit, first of all, let me get that out of the way. Alpha zoom, and it's a 2 by 2, so we're good there. And somebody remove my numbers because I can't see them anymore. 4, 7,
4, 3.
4, 3. All right, negative 6. And then I do inverse, which is that x to the negative 1 button, and I hit it twice by mistake. Because I hit it twice by mistake. That was my bad. All right, and then alpha zoom. This one is a 2 by 1 matrix, the constant matrix. So I change it to 2 by 1, 13, and what? 34, and I hit enter. And my answers are x is 4 and y is negative 1. Nope. Hang on to them too. I hope this quick little video helps you do good on your test tomorrow. Have a great night. And as always, stay above the line.